Hello everyone. This time I will explain a little bit more about tuning your Tisheng engine and what you need to bear in mind. I just want to address again, lubrication is key, so use a lot of grease, especially at the end of the piston rods and the caps, as well for the whole crankshaft. All the bearing points you need to use a lot of grease and take the excess away when you put it all together. As well, the bolts for the caps, I replaced them for hex bolts. The standard version has a Phillips screw head, but I rather use the hex bolts. You can really nicely tighten them, and of course use Loctite. I'm just going to say that one over and over again. Use Loctite everywhere, as well for the block, where the bearings supposedly should be. Use a lot of grease. I'm just going to show you a problem that I had with a test run before I made any video. Is now the valve you have over here, and with the test run, hope you can see it, the cap of the valve came loose. Actually, about 4 of the valves, all these caps came loose. So I had to take off the cylinder head again, the camshafts, the cylinder head and everything, just to put Loctite on the top of the valve. So I did all the valve gaps with some Loctite on top, just a drop, so they won't come loose again. So you need to really bear that in mind if you're gonna increase the RPMs of the engine. So use a lot of grease and Loctite. As well, all these parts, for the valves, use a lot of grease and take it away when you put it all together, when it sticks out. Loctite as well for the valve or for the camshaft caps, use Loctite, and a lot of grease everywhere. Very important. As well, I'm going to show you, like the last time I showed you the ring at the back of the flywheel, so we can reduce the play of the crankshaft going forward and backward. And here we have the back of the engine block. So over here you got a plate which is screwed against the block, and over here comes the flywheel just straight onto the crankshaft. Now I glued that red fiber ring, I'm just going to show you in a minute, against the back of the flywheel, and this ring will hit this plate. So that's why I used a lot of grease, because it can hit the plate. You can also adjust the play with the thickness, different kind of thickness of washers, the rings, the red fiber washers. So you can try that out. I'm going to show you the ring. That's this ring. Just going to show you what it is in millimeters and in inches. This is the ring I used. .3 millimeters wide in diameter, and the inner diameter is 20.8 millimeters, and in inches, 0.8 inch inner diameter, and the outer diameter is 1 inch. And the thickness, and of course you can get those washers in different kind of thickness. This is an inch, 0.05, and in millimeters it's 1.3 millimeters. So you know, sometimes you have thicker washers or thinner washers, but that's handy if you got a couple of sizes, so you can, you know, adjust the play of the crankshaft going forward and backward. So these are the things, you know, we need to address. As well, I'm just going to zoom in a little. Again. Oh, that's a little bit too much. You will see it like that. Just going to turn on the engine. Just going to show you what I do with the chain. Once in a while I clean the chain with some paper towel or a tissue. And as you can see, there's a lot of dirt coming off it. Other than that, it's just, you know, you can use chain oil or sewing machine oil. And this is Ballistol. I'm just gonna apply some oil to the chain. Just like that. So, just gonna turn this one off. The chain is very important, and it also over time wears, so lubricate it, you know, often, I would say. As well, you know, we just want to make it as smooth as possible as we can, you know, because if we don't do that, if we don't take all the play of all the parts away, we don't grease enough or oil the chain enough, or as well we need to lubricate the flywheel. I'll just show you. I'm just going to change the camera a little. Of course, here we have the flywheel. So the washer is in the middle of the flywheel, glued against the flywheel. Use a lot of grease. As well, in here, oh, just hope you can see that, yeah, just right there, you know, just use a lot of grease, and in here, in the, you know, in the opening, use a lot of grease. And of course, this is like a gearing with the starter motor, so, you know, apply once in a while some grease, and take the old grease away with a paper towel. And it reduces the noise as well. As well, if your gearing makes too much noise, it could be that these gearing wheels are too tight together. Well, here's a tip. I'm just going to show you in the book. I'm just going to zoom out a little, so you will see. Here's the starter motor. So you can see here is the gearing wheel of the starter motor, and here you have these two bolts. Those two bolts. Well, if you lose them a little bit, you can play a little bit, if you have a little bit of play, to change the position of the motor in the housing. And that, of course, you know, this gearing wheel will come tighter to the flywheel, or you can, you know, bring it back a little bit to reduce the noise and that it runs smooth. So these are the tips, and yeah, you know, building a race engine. And of course this engine was never meant to be a race engine, but all race, you know, enthusiasts like to make from a standard engine a race engine, and that's what we do. So the next time I will show you some different things, like how I put all the electronics together. And it's going to be a setup like this, so you'll know how to put it all together and make it work, like the smoke from the exhaust and things like that. Well, I hope to see you the next time, but of course we're going to start her up, right? So we're going to do that right from the beginning. Main power switch, ignition. Over here we have the sound, and over here we have the smoking machines from the back. These are these two pots. As you can see, the smoke is already coming out because I didn't start it up. So as you can see, it's running, and over here we can adjust the stationary. You can hear. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you the next time. And bye bye.